Perfect. Jeff, so how are you? How is life over there?
Fantastic. Right now the weather is it's about cloudy and around 60 degrees Celsius here. We go by Celsius, I think.
No, you
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 guys go
go.
by
No, you don't go
we
by
go by
cells.
Fahrenheit. No, we go by Fahrenheit. This is
Yeah.
why I'm not a weatherman.
Okay, okay. Very good. Yeah. You go by Fahrenheit, we go by
But
Celsius
it's
because
fun.
60 degrees Celsius, it's just possible like if you live in Dubai and it's like the hottest day ever in Dubai, but that's 60 degrees, but this is
Yeah,
like
yeah.
already like you cannot stay outside long, but okay. Fahrenheit. So it's
No, yeah, yeah. It's not that bad.
yeah, okay, nice, nice, cool. Yeah,
Yeah, how's it where you guys are?
today was actually today like yesterday was better. I played 2 hours yesterday on the court on the
Good.
clay courts. Like I still have one blister from the three blisters that I had initially. I just one is little left, so but it's not serious, nothing bad. But it just reminds everyone to just calm down when the courts are open, to not go like too crazy. And
Yeah.
yeah, it was amazing. The weather was beautiful yesterday, like 16 degrees. I don't know how much Fahrenheit that is, but it is like a
Oh, that's
spring weather, not too warm, but still fine in the sun. It was amazing to play, and really enjoyed it. And
gosh,
today
that's
was
beautiful.
little cloudy, but still at least possible to play. And now the numbers are rising in Germany, and I heard that they are maybe closing up the courts again. Next week,
Yeah.
and we have to wait if that's going to happen, because yeah, outdoors tennis should be a thing that you should allow. But yeah, we don't have any yeah, anything against it. If they just say the courts are closed, the courts are closed. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
about it.
Jan, it's funny. You always feel like that tennis is almost that natural sport where you're already social distance to a degree, and I feel like gosh, out of anything they should
Yeah,
allow at least tennis,
yeah,
or
it's
any
true.
of those kind of net sports.
Yeah, the problem what I see only, like if like for example in our club we have like 16 courts, and if you allow
Okay.
that people play tennis, you will see at least like 100 people there, and people will go out because
No
that's
way.
yeah. I mean, if that's the only thing that you can do, of course. I mean, I would go there
Yeah.
like all the day kind of. So you will
Yeah.
have like 100 people being there, even if it's just two on the court, but there will be 100 people running around, like meeting each other, kind of talking to each other, and that doesn't serve the purpose. If it's just like two persons going with a different car, going there, meeting on court, playing an hour tennis, and
Yeah.
leaving the site, that's totally fine. But we all know that probably no one will do that, and maybe that's also a reason why they just say, yeah, it should be fine. But if we
Yeah.
allow only tennis players, then all the soccer players, volleyball players, basketball players, they go just to the tennis courts, and it's crowded. I mean, here in Cologne, there's one site. They have 8 courts, and this is the site where it's a private guy that runs it,
Yeah.
and he's always the first guy to open the courts. So before all the clubs, the clubs have their courts open, he has his courts open, and therefore everyone is running there. And you cannot
Yeah.
reserve a court; you have to just go there, and then you have to wait till the court is open, and then you just step on court. And he
So
said
it's
the way
first come, first serve.
exactly, and the
Yeah.
waiting time
Okay.
is between. He said yesterday was between 2.5 and 3.5 hours waiting time. So
Whoa. Oh,
and
wow.
like
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
go there, people just and then they wait there kind of. Okay, they can go for a walk or something, but that if you go there and if you saw the people, how crowded it was, I was like, okay, that's maybe not the
It's
best,
too
because of
long to
course they
wait.
yeah, say it again.
Yeah. Too long to wait.
That's also, but yeah, people they want
Yeah.
to, they just go there, they put themselves in the list, and then they maybe go for some ice cream or go
Okay.
next to the Rhine, like the river here in Cologne, and take a walk, and then they just yeah, waiting for them to play. So how about you?
I love it.
Give me a short back like insight on your tennis career, on your like how you came up with that idea of like founding a company and developing something. So just give me a short yeah insight on that.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. So, about I'll give you my background in tennis. It's not much. It's
Really?
it's funny. I always loved tennis and I played tennis. I was never a ranked player. It was more a rec league player, but I was a teacher,
Okay.
and that's how the Poppet sort of came about. So what happened was I taught physical education, and then I stopped teaching, and then it became where I was like, you know what, I really miss teaching, and I miss tennis,
Yeah.
and I taught all these different sports, but I always loved tennis, and I thought I live behind 3 tennis courts. Why not offer tennis lessons to kids and adults? And that's what I did. So I started doing that, and then what happened was this was about 8 years ago.
Okay.
And then what happened was I kept thinking, gosh, is there something to, a fun way to pick up the balls? Really kind of started from that. And
Okay.
there wasn't, I mean, unless you just create some kind of game yourself with the ball tube or with the ball hopper or anything like that. So I would create all these fun little games. But then in addition to that, to kind of keep a drill going, I was like, God, I wish there was just something that I could just have on my racket or have, in my hand that I could just pick up and just keep a drill going. So if you and I are doing a forehand drill and I said, okay, Yannick, instead of us stopping to pick up the balls, we just went through a whole hopper of 50 tennis balls. Let's continue. Just doing a great job. And I'd be bending over and just throwing balls to you. Just keep going, or whatever. So there wasn't anything out there. And what happened was I kept thinking, well, wonder if I can make something, just some little contraption. And that's what I did. And that was 8 years ago. And what happened was everybody seemed to love it. The kids were like, can I use your racket? Because what I did was I took a ball very similar to a pickleball
Okay.
where I cut it in half. And then I don't have my racket with it. It's right over here. I'll
You
get it in a
glued
moment.
it
But
to the racket?
I glued it to the top of the racket and I put Velcro on the inside of the
Yeah.
part of that was cut.
Yeah.
And that sort of attracted to the felt and it worked, kind of worked. Even though the mechanism of the poppet doesn't use Velcro. It actually uses these patented grabbers, these little fingers that are in there, and I'll show you that. So the genesis was the kids loved it. And my adult players loved it, especially my older adult players, because they're like, I'm tired of bending over and picking up the ball. It's the worst part of teaching. It's the worst part of playing, is ball pickup. So I kind of had that aha moment. And I thought there's got to be a need for this. I mean, there obviously is a need. There has to be a way to create this product. And for about 7 years, I kind of sat there trying to figure out how am I going to do this? I would do a drawing of the idea and I would put it away at the end of the season. Because much like you, we have seasons here, especially on the East Coast, they're a little bit shorter
Yeah.
or longer summer seasons. But, I kind of had that thing where I don't know, how am I going to get this darn thing made? How am I going to get it designed? All that stuff. So I kept putting it away. And then finally about 2 years ago, I said, you know what? This has been in my brain for 8+ years. I've got to figure this out. And that's when I did. And luckily enough, found a great design team, found a manufacturer, somebody who could help me kind of in-house create this. And 2 years ago and got the prototypes and did all the testing and got the product and boom, all over Amazon, started selling in 2019, December of 2019.
Okay.
Just in time for Christmas. And from 2019, December 1st, 2019 to, December of 2020, I sold over 10,000 of them. Wow. So it was a success. It really worked out. There was a need. And now it's just in that mode where, I created all these games around it, for those teachers, those camp instructors, those clubs, the academies, and trying to get them to rethink ball pickup, especially during their lessons. So that's kind of the brief of it. That's how it all kind of came out and all that stuff.
Yeah, cool. I just show the people here because on Twitch I can just show them also, like I'm just on your website at the moment and showing them like how it looks like and how it is. So you can see here at the end of the racket, it's just something that you attach to the racket. How do you attach it to the racket? How does it work to do it? Like, does it?
Yes, super simple. So I designed 2 of them. So really, there's a standard poppet, which is the black one that you can see there, and then there's the little poppet, LIL. I call it Lil. Poppet, and that's for the smaller rackets. So I'll just give you the ones in inches. So for the little poppet, it fits racket grips, bracket butt caps. It slides over.
Okay.
Just about that much. Doesn't slide over much. From about 4 inches all the way up to about 4¼ inch grip. And the product's designed to flex over that stuff. Now, sometimes you have to roll it around so it doesn't roll up the overgrip or any kind of grip.
Yeah.
But once you put it on there and slip it on, kind of, and then it's done. And it weighs 0.14 ounces. So super light. You don't really notice it. So that's the little poppet. Then the standard poppet is designed to fit every racket above that. So 4¼ up to 4 3/8 grip. And I even want to design it with like extra overgrip. Like it's got to be able to stretch over and it's got to fit snugly on the smaller. So, so that's how it goes on. It just kind of slides right over, and then you put it on, and you don't notice it. And you know, people have asked me, well, who's this for? You know, and I tell them, I'm like, you know, it's really for the new tennis player. You know, player that plays, you know, it's new to the sport, because they can spend more time focused on forehand, backhand, serve, and less time bending over, picking up the ball. They'll stay longer, and I've documented that. You know, where people that are new to tennis, you know, kind of stayed on the courts longer. And then the senior players and players with limited mobility, wheelchair tennis players love it. And then there's camps, clubs, academies that use it for the Pop-It program. So that's but anyway, that's I kind of dived into a lot more than
good.
Just fitment, but that's how it goes. I tend to ramble on about stuff, so if you have questions, just be like, wait, stop.
Yeah, no. First, I let the people talk and let them like tell what they want to tell, and then we go on from there. There's some people question like something already.
Great,
in the chat.
Yeah.
But I will just wanna, if someone is running and just going for it, then just go for it. So I'm just showing the pictures. The first question I do have, if I adjust it to the racket, and of course it's like how far, like I do have a racket here. No, I don't. But how far is
I have mine.
Yeah, perfect.
I'll
show me.
you.
Yeah, perfect.
Yep.
Perfect.
Hold on right there.
Perfect, guys. Yeah, if you have any questions, just type them in the chat. I will go through them whenever.
All right, I'm back.
Perfect.
Okay, so we all know how, you know, if this was the ball.
Yeah, sure.
That's how it picks up, right?
Got it.
So as far as this is concerned, so I put mine on my racket, and I have about a 3 3.75 inch grip with overgrip. So it's a lot. But if you can see those butt caps, those stoppers in there, everybody?
Yeah, the stoppers, the black. Yeah, I see them. The stoppers, yes.
Okay. So let's just show you from the outside view, and you can kind of see. It's going to go in, and it's designed, and I used a ball to put it on just because this thing is so
more
flexible.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and it just makes it a lot easier to get on and off. But,
got it.
So I kind of get it on there, and this material, so you see it, it does stretch. But it's also designed, it's got a little bit of tackiness to it. And, you know, as you players know, my advanced players, you know, sometimes they hold it low, right? And that's okay. You know, what are you doing? You're sacrificing control for more power. Sometimes, especially on your serve, sometimes we'll have players like that. But really, you're supposed to hold it, you know, right there at the grip piece. So what I'll do is I'll tell the players, and this is a great visual tool for all you coaches, you teachers and stuff. Put your palm on the Pop-It, and that demonstrates the proper grip. So it's going up about, I don't know if you can see this. I'll answer your question here once I slide this off. So you can see it's right there. So
okay.
it's not going up that much. It's going up, you know,
okay. But I got a
finger.
Yeah.
To the knuckle, you know, so about to the knuckle. So about that much is going in.
A little bit more than the fingernail. Okay, got it.
Yeah, a little bit more than the fingernail, but it's still tacky enough, and it's tapered enough where if your hand's on it, and even during sweat, you know, you're sweating, it's just going to bead right off it. It's tacky enough where if you hold on to it, it's not going to slip on it. So,
nice. What material is that thing? Is that silicone or?
Great question. It's TPO, a little bit of silicone.
Okay.
And my thing was, you know what? I'm making a bunch of these, and I want them to be biodegradable. I mean, we got to make things green nowadays. You just have to, and I think it's a responsible thing to do. This could have been made out of 100% silicone. It probably would have been. I don't think it would have been any better. I mean, I had designers saying, well, it'll be a little bit more flexible, but I insisted it has to be biodegradable in a certain amount of time. So it's made out of a TPO. So a little bit of silicone, a little bit of other materials that, you know, make it so it's going to break down when this wears out after what I guarantee it for 10,000 pickups. So I haven't had any problems yet. So it's been it's a great product, but that's what it's made out of, that material.
Got it. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Funny? But for example, Richard Gasquet, he would not be able to play with that. Isn't it? Yeah, I think it's Gasquet. Yeah. Because his small finger, his
Yeah.
his pinky is like a little bit more down. Yeah, he's placed like that. Yeah.
Yeah, he'll hold it down. And sometimes what on your spin serve, they at least I was taught for a spin serve to hold it all the way down here almost, and I
Really?
know just to keep things loose, to keep that loose so you could get a good spin. I never did that. It just wasn't, it wasn't, I didn't feel comfortable with it.
I
So,
would never teach that
but
actually, but okay.
I know, and I don't know if I was taught the right way. I mean, he was a good teacher, taught me to stay in my box, stay compact, be balanced and all that. But that was the one thing on grip that he was a stickler on. Because
Nice.
especially when your second serve, your spin, hold it down low. I'd be like, I feel like I don't have control of the racket. So, but
Yeah,
anyway,
got it.
um, so yeah, there it is. Yeah,
Nice. And you can
I
also
actually got some. Okay.
I see it also in the video. You can just like put your racket like on the ground and it just stays there. Like like it just stays
I
on.
do, and I kind of, I don't know if you can
Yeah,
see
yeah,
it.
exactly.
I'll use it as a holder. There's actually a game, one of the games in the Pop It program that the kids love. It's called Racket Strike. So I'll set up my racket, or I have some demonstrator rackets across the court, and I have them practice serving and hitting and trying to hit the racket, trying to knock it down, either hitting it in the net,
Yeah, sure.
wherever. So that's always a fun little thing. But it's also just a safe place to put your racket when you're done. Instead of leaning it up against a, upside down or whatever, you just kind of, just sit there and go about your business. So yeah, that's one of the unique features. It's one of those things. Sometimes we'll talk about it, and if somebody brings it up, but I usually don't. I always forget. You always forget that
Yeah,
some of
yeah.
the little fun features of
Of
it.
course, because you just used to it for so many years to just
Oh my
like
gosh.
put it on the bench or put it somewhere else. So nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. So you get it. You can buy it on Amazon. I saw here. Is that the only like place where you can buy? Probably on the website directly. But as you're from the States, makes more sense to buy it on Amazon, I believe.
Yeah. For me, it was taking out the middleman. I don't know if there's a lot of people, if you have viewers that are entrepreneurs or somebody that's starting out with a product. This was so unique, and it's a brand new product, still is. I mean, I'm still an infant, when it comes to brand and product.
Yeah.
But it was one of those things where I didn't really feel comfortable going to a retailer, at that time. Somebody said, well, this is your product, you should be confident in it. It's not that I wasn't. One, I learned a lot about it, even though it was mine. I learned a lot about the product even more the more I used it, but still I knew that it was unique, and retailers were going to be like, okay, it picks up a ball. All right, well, give me 5 of them, give me 10 of them, something like that. And really beat me up on a price. I mean, they retail here in the States for single $9.97. That's for one. I do offer 2 packs and 4 packs in a can pack. 2 is 14 US, so $14.97. I don't know what that translates to.
Pretty much the same. Euro is a little like
Pretty much same.
Yeah, pretty much the same.
Okay. So I said, you know what? Let's do it on Amazon. Let's just get it on there, sell it on Amazon. Let's just offer it there. I don't want to go and break my, just keep calling people and all that stuff. So I went and did it that way. It just figured it was just a lot easier. I could get the product on there, bring awareness. I could focus on just getting the brand, making it strong, getting the sales up and stuff. Now I have 7. Really, I just signed on an 8th distributor from the UK. So they're in 7 countries. So Germany, France, Belgium, Spain, Italy. These are all through distributors. UK.
Okay.
And you can get these online through Tennis Server, which it's First Serve Tennis, and
Okay.
I believe that's my German distributor is First Serve Tennis. I don't know if you can see them or not, if you can pull them up, but
I just googled it on Amazon and I found it for €15.80 on Amazon.
okay. And is it through First Serve or is it through my official Pop It official?
That's a good question.
Sometimes it says it on there. You can.
It says it's sold and sent through Amazon US.
Okay, so that's through the official Pop It Amazon site, which you can get. You can order it from Germany. It wouldn't be that prime. So it wouldn't arrive in 2 days. Typically, for I've had a couple German customers who have ordered it off of Amazon US, and it typically takes 5 to 6 business days
Oh
to
wow.
arrive, which isn't too bad.
Okay. Here it
I had
says,
one who actually.
yeah.
Oh, good.
Oh, sorry. No, here it says on Amazon, it says the fastest delivery is like 8th to 10th April. So in about
Okay.
like kind of 10 days, 2 weeks.
10 business days, I guess that would be.
Yeah, could
I
be,
guess
yeah,
that's about
something
right.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
So well, one of the customers actually just reached out to me, and she said, "Hey, I just ordered this. I don't know if she's in Cologne or Berlin. They're pretty close cities, but anyway, she ordered it, and I think it took about 15 days to get to her, 14 or 15 days. So, I did a little test, and she's a good customer of mine, and just a real sweetheart. But anyway, so yeah, just available through all those channels, and First Serve Tennis. If you wanted it faster, if you needed more of them, they're great. They're my European distributor. They're the one that handles all my German accounts and schools and the camps and all that stuff there.
Nice.
So
that's nice.
That's
cool.
Yeah.
That's interesting. What is the lifespan of the Puppet? Like 10,000 pickups. That's what you said. Like, what is that in general? Like, what is that in playing tennis? If you play
in
like
years,
8
or just no. In general, I always guarantee it for 10,000 pickups. We did a quick little translation in years. That's how we did it.
Yeah.
And the average tennis player, not an advanced player, is going to play 3 times a week.
Yeah.
But let's say that average tennis player, which plays, 3 times a month, is what we kind of figured. They'd have it if they wanted this same one, and they didn't want to change the color or go get something different. 9 years for this. So it kind of translated. I was like, well, let's just go to the 10. But then I'm thinking, all right, let's just keep it simple. 9 years is what the guarantee is. I mean, it's these pieces here. I don't know if you can see this little.
Yeah.
That's what actually picks them up. So just based the way the product is made with that silicone and the felt of the ball, I don't know. We did a test of it, and I had the manufacturer test, and they had it on the machine, and it was just pick up, and it had a little thing that would knock the ball down, pick up, and it was like in this tube, so the ball wouldn't move too much. And they did it over 10,000 times before they were like, we don't know if it's ever going to fail. And I was like, well, just keep doing it. Keep doing it till it wears out. They had to change the ball. I want to say about 60 times before they had to change this, and they just kept doing it. So I just said, let's just do it at 10,000 pickups. So
okay. So, but it does harm the ball a little bit, but just probably not much.
I mean, I think with them doing that product testing, the ball wasn't moving. So it was like the same spot every time.
Okay.
This is kind of a worn out ball, but even some of my new felt balls, it doesn't pull the felt off or anything like that. It's not designed to. It's really designed almost like your fingernails to be like this, and just enough pressure to expand over the ball to hold it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I do understand.
The pressure of it that way.
Yeah.
That's kind of the mechanism behind it. So, no, to answer your question, it wouldn't harm the ball, and you're going to replace the balls way faster than you're ever going to notice any kind of wear on this. And I don't think I've ever noticed any. It was just in that circumstance of them doing that test of just the same thing over. Sure. It had a little machine. It was like a little metal arm. It just went down, pick up, and then it was like another machine that would kick it
down, and then
and drop it off. And it was in a tube, so it wouldn't go anywhere. It just bounced back down. And they just kept. It was really kind of clever, but this. So reminds me.
Where are they? Where do you produce them? Probably in Asia somewhere, or in the States?
I do. China. I had to get them made in China just because. Yeah, China. Isn't that what he says? It was like China. For this, the margin. It's not a big margin. And you got to be able to produce it as one, quality, and they're just so good with this stuff. I mean, they are. Not to say that the U.S. or another country wouldn't be, but they have that experience is one. I mean, that's one of the main reasons. The cost is efficient, So I got it made there. I may go another resource at some other point. I just ordered another 10,000. Maybe my third round, I might go somewhere else if I can. But again, I want to keep the cost low
Yeah,
because
sure. I mean,
for you, any of you players out there, you're not going to spend $15 for something that's going to pick up the ball for you. You know what I mean? I just, unless it's a ball tube that you're picking up 12 of them or a ball hopper, that's a different application than this.
sure, sure.
But I didn't want it to be, that $10 plus item. I wanted it to be sub $10, and that's why I didn't, that's why I made it in China.
China. Okay, so it's $9 in the States. So, of course, here it's probably a little bit more expensive, but then if you buy two, you get down to $15 in the States. Is that correct?
That's right.
Got it.
Yep,
got
you're correct. And you can buy 4 on Amazon so soon, probably the middle of next week, because I just shipped them in. As a matter of fact, I've got a camp pack going out today. So I call it a camp pack. It's 20 of them.
Okay.
I think that's $84 for the camp pack. It might be a little bit less. I can't remember that off the top of my head. I'll have to look. But I do know that 4-pack is sub $20. So you're getting 4 of them for less than 20.
Okay. Interesting.
So for a family or whatever.
Got it. So if anyone that is watching now the stream, like if they want to buy these kind of things, I mean, they're all always asking me for a giveaway. So if you would be up for it to do a giveaway for these people, we'll definitely do something for the people that are watching. But the easiest probably would be either order through what you said to Amazon in the States, or just go to that like the distributor in where was it, in UK? You said?
Yeah, so I've got 2 distributors that you can go to. Well, if you're in Germany, you can go to First Serve Tennis. That's the
never heard of
so
that.
it's first. Really? Okay. I can give you the link. I didn't know if I could do that. So it's I believe they're in. I don't know exactly where they are in Germany. I think I want to say they're in Cologne, but so it's First Serve Tennis. No.
I mean, I'm in Cologne, so if that First Serve Tennis, and then what should I put in Google? First Serve Tennis, and what else? Shop.
Let me say. Hold on, real quick.
First Serve Tennis Shop, and then it comes Tennis Warehouse.
Yeah. Oh. Sir, how about the serve? The service box is UK.
I got my here. I have it. I think I have it, guys.
Which one? This First Serve?
It's shop.firstserve like first what is the, it's not a hyphen, firstservetennis.de.
Yeah, that's it. Yes, let me just make sure. First Serve Tennis Shop, and that's in
Pop It. Yeah, I found it. Yeah.
Did you see it? Okay.
Yeah, okay,
I'm looking at it too.
Okay, so it's 9.95 euros here.
Okay,
got it.
So so you found it. Okay,
yeah,
I'm looking at one in Ohio in the States. There must be another First Serve.
Perfect.
So that's one place you can go and get it.
Probably the easiest.
Probably. I'm probably the fastest, especially if you want to order, just 1 or 2, and you wanted to get it quick. If you wanted to wait the 10 days, you can go ahead and absolutely get it off Amazon. And then I just signed on a UK distributor called the Service Box.
Okay.
And they will actually be selling it. Do you know the Service Box?
Yeah, they contacted me as well. I think they wanted to.
They're great. Super nice. I mean, if you're going to work with them, I've had great. So it's Kyle and Adam.
Okay.
And super nice guys. They are going to handle the Amazon too. They're going to do Amazon UK. So if you were in the UK or perhaps in Germany, you might be able to get it quicker through them at some point. I just sent them products, so it's going to take them a little bit of time to get it all uploaded and all that stuff.
Perfect.
But
nice. Very
what's
cool tool.
Yeah, thank you. What's funny? One thing that reminded me when I was trying to hit it was, we're all you just mentioned lockdown, and one of the silver linings for me is being able to help out those camps, clubs that are opening back up or want to stay open, because you don't touch the ball. And what I mean by that is I worked with the USTA, and we were trying to figure out, some ways, and I sort of spearheaded a little bit of a technique, and then on top of it, ideas on how to keep it contactless. So, for example, if you're teaching a lesson of 20 kids and all that stuff, okay, you got, hopper of balls. Well, you can, you just use this to pick up the ball. But then they go, okay, well, don't you have to touch it to pull it off? No. So then you walk up to the hopper and then you just take it and hop, and then you're done. So you just tap it on the hopper, the ball falls out. So you don't touch the ball at all. You're just doing your forehand. I'm one of the students, I'm doing my forehand. Okay. All right, gang, we got to pick up the balls. Let's work on footwork while we pick up the balls. Let's have you sidestep to the ball, pop it, sidestep to the hopper, right? If we're working on split step on a forehand, and then go ahead and tap it into the boom. It goes right into the hopper, container, bucket, or whatever you have that's holding it. And then they go, okay, what do you do with the serve? Then you can give them just their own can of, 3 balls, and then they can practice, serving just to themselves or serving to a net or serving to a wall. And that's the only 3 balls that they touch. But the rest, the other 50, you just pick up with this. You can, sidestep, or sometimes I have them skip or do it like a shuffle.
Sure.
And then they just hop it, tap it in there. So that's been a really nice side feature of all this stuff. And being able to help out camps and stuff like that is huge. And I know UK's opening on the 4th. They're lifting
29th,
a lot of their restrictions. So the 9th?
Josh was telling me, Josh, that Josh Oxley, that you just also talked with him about it. He said that on 29th they open, so they're just about to set everything up. So on the 29th they open.
Yeah. So
we'll
even sooner than I thought. So so I've working with the Service Box and trying to get those camps, clubs, and academies aware of this is really. That's the key for all this stuff now, is just bringing awareness to it. Bringing awareness to the Pop-It. I'm still an infant brand, the Pop-It tennis. So it's one of those things where it's like, you gotta bring awareness to it. Nobody really knows. They still don't know about it, even though I sold more than 10,000 in under a year, which is fantastic. Yeah. But people still, need that awareness.
Absolutely.
So that's that's why we do this,
and that's also why my channel is for. I mean, to because of course in a Clubhouse you can talk about it, but here I can show the people how to use it. I showed even a video how they put it back in the hopper and stuff, so it's more visualized, and that's why I really like it here. And it's very interesting. But you cannot. One question that I do have: you cannot play a rally with the ball being there, right? If it's like that easy to take it out, you cannot. You just
do you mean keeping the ball in there?
And playing forehands, backhands.
Like if you wanted to play with the ball in there?
Yes.
It's not designed to keep the ball in. I've had a student or two that tried to do that, and it's really not designed to hold the ball for you while you're playing another game. Okay. It's designed to just be purely
picking
just for pickup.
Got it.
Yeah. I had toyed around with the idea of keeping something that would hold the ball, but then I'm thinking you don't want to add the weight. That was a really big thing. That's when I tested it, and a lot of customers or testers were like, "No way with the weight. I can't deal with having something that much weight on it." So I was like, "Yeah, no question." So just leave it where it just is that, and then you can do your serve. Doesn't get in the way of that.
I'm really curious about the feeling on if I have the racket, if I have my racket, and if I play with the racket, how does the feeling on my racket change? Because as we said, it's just a couple of centimeters, but it might of course it's somehow different, but probably you adjust to it quickly. But that's what would be the next question, but I cannot tell because I don't have one. But I got to get you one. And you know what, Yannick? You're an advanced level player, so for you, it's, you could certainly use it, especially during your warm-ups. You can use it during your practices. If you're going to play a match, you probably don't want to have it on there. No.
Now, what I typically do is, you're an advanced level player. It's really not meant for you. Now, it doesn't mean you can't use it and benefit from it. And what you would do is, like I said, you would use it during your practice. You would use it during your warm-ups, and then go ahead and just take it off and just play your game. If you wanted to, sometimes I've had a couple pros, especially some of my wheelchair tennis pros, because what'll happen is and I know, but when a wheelchair tennis player is playing, they actually use this to kind of push the wheel to turn.
Yeah.
So they were concerned, like, hey, is this going to get in the way? And I tell them the same thing I would tell a pedestrian player. If you really feel like it, just take it off, put it in your pocket, use it, when you need it. Just plop it back on if you want to pick up, a dozen balls or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's really,
for the wheelchair,
that's why
it's cool. For the wheelchair player, it's cool because for them it's hard to pick up the ball. I mean,
I have a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Oh, good. I have a wheelchair tennis pro who said, sorry.
You go.
I have a great story, and you'll love this. I have a wheelchair tennis pro, and she said to me, where was this 10 years ago? Because she put off learning the game of tennis because she didn't know how she was even going to pick up the ball, So there's a technique that they use to pick up a wheelchair tennis player uses. But she's like, this makes it so much easier, for me.
100%.
So that was kind of cool. I like that, and so it's helpful. It's helpful.
Definitely. We have in our club actually a guy that is responsible for the wheelchair national team of Germany, and he's also traveling to the Grand Slams with a German wheelchair girl. She's like very successful, and I will definitely tell him about it and get him one.
Okay. Is it Tina Peffendorf? I think is her last name.
Yes.
Is it Tina?
Yes. I mean, she's in a national team in Germany, and the guy that's in my club that I'm also cooperating with, he's the guy who is in charge of all the national squad, and he's also traveling with her to the Grand Slams and stuff. So
she has one.
Oh, got it. Cool.
Yeah, she has one. That's not the pro that uses it. He's in the U.S., but she's in the U.S. But Tina she has one, and I have some great pictures of her using it. She was so sweet to do a post for me and all that stuff, which was wonderful.
Nice, cool. I didn't know.
Yeah, she's super. She's very nice, very sweet. Great tennis player too.
Yeah, absolutely, definitely. So
yeah,
very nice. If there's any other question, just type in the chat now, guys. I just see here. Soft silicon material could be better material, or is it soft silicon? It is soft silicon.
It is, and I'm looking up some of my technical stuff, but it's soft. It's soft enough to be pliable. You can, I don't know if you can see. Can you see the flexibility of it? So, and it's not like, I'm actually in development of this. This is a Pop-It pickleball. So that's coming. So there you go. That's one for that, and this will keep score. You get to turn this to keep the score. Isn't that wild? So that's coming. This is the prototype. So it's on its way. But this is like a hard material.
Yeah, we don't have pickleball here in Germany. No one knows pickleball here in Germany. I mean, this is like so popular in the States, but here, like, no one knows that pickleball. Like,
nobody knows it. Yeah.
I talked to Jeff Willinger. Probably you know him from. I met him also in Clubhouse. And he's doing a boat cruise from Basel in Switzerland up to Amsterdam, 10 days or like 7 to 10 days, all inclusive. And he puts 2 pickleball courts on top of the cruise, and then invites like 140 people to go on boat. And then probably like half of them are from the States and half of them are from Germany. And then they pass by Cologne because they go the Rhine up from Basel to Amsterdam, and then they stop in all the cities and just spending the day on the cities, and then just playing some pickleballs in the afternoon, evening there on the boat whenever they want to. So also I
love it. Yeah, it's a fun game. I mean, it really is. It's easy to play and easy to master. Where tennis, anybody can kind of hit a ball, but it's so hard to master tennis. This you could just pick up a paddle and just play, and it's not. But it's a fun game, and it's the fastest growing sport in the U.S. So people kept asking me, I bought this and it doesn't work for pickleball. I'm like, it's not designed for pickleball, but it's coming. So I had to make it. I had to get it made.
Especially with you.
It's on the way.
Definitely cool.
Yeah.
Perfect.
But it's a fun sport.
Perfect. Jeff, amazing. Thank you very much for tuning in here, taking your time. I highly appreciate it. We keep in contact because I definitely need one of these things to test and to get them.
Yeah, I got to send you some.
That sounds amazing. And also, yeah, we do of course a giveaway, guys, because of course you're always looking for giveaways on my channel. They keep asking, like whenever I start the stream, they asking giveaway.
I'll give you plenty. I'll give you plenty for a giveaway.
Okay, let's just make all this, like everyone who's, because there's just like 10 to 15 people now watching. So everyone that puts exclamation mark raffle now in the chat will get a pop-up. So the maximum is like 15. If you agree on that, Jeff, if you're fine with
Absolutely, no question. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Perfect. And I'll just give them one so they're happy and they can try it, and then show it to their clubs, because as I said, I've never seen that before. I just through Instagram, I think you even contacted me some months ago, some weeks ago, and I was like, okay, I didn't understand what is that about, and what should I do, and what does this guy want from me? But yeah, now it's nice to connect now, and very, very cool, very nice.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, I appreciate it. It absolutely is great to connect with you and all that stuff. So it's my pleasure.
Absolutely. So Jeff, again, thanks again. Have a great rest of the day. We keep in touch, and it was a pleasure. Again, see you around.
All right. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye, everybody.
Jeff, take care. Bye-bye.